How many times do you check your phone in one day? Too many, right? Can you imagine children that have the freedom to use their phones and devices every day, every time? Terrible, huh? If you cannot control yourself, what about them? They can't either. Are we becoming tech zombies? Screen time causes physical and mental damage, and the government should do something about it. I am Estelin Carques, and today I'm going to talk about technology addiction, effects that this screen exposure have in kids, and what the opposition says about it, and why the government should do create regulations. As a mother of an 11 years old kid, I have the experience of how the kids react after you take away these devices. They cannot function anymore because they are only thinking in one thing: screen time. You should listen my speech because you may encounter a situation in your family, neighbors, or maybe you are a parent or you will become a parent soon, and you want to know how to react and what are the effects that it could damage kids' physical and mental body. Technology Addiction by Hasselden Betty Ford Foundation is an over dependence of technology and can impact in children and adult reaction like anxiety, isolation, and depression. According to chapter, screen addiction affects physical and mental health. Explains that when the kids are exposed in front of the screen, they release dopamine, and this one is in charge of activate impulse in the frontal cortex. So their brain will function as the kids are exposed to cocaine. American Academic and Child Adolescent Psychiatric says that some effects are behavior problems. The kids that are exposed more than 2 hours in front of the screen, they won't have the control of their emotions. Also, educational problem because they will perform worse in academic testing. They will be prone to be obese because they are eating and they are not exercising, and they will have sleep problems. Also, they will copy the violence and aggression that they are going to see in this kind of screen because they want to imitate. MRA showed that screen time linked to lower brain development in preschooler. They did a study that with 47 children that were preschooler and were exposed to screen time, and they find out that they have lack of development in the gray matter, and the connection between the brain cells and the rest of the nervous system were low of speech. So also they find out that the brain was disorganized and underdeveloped in difference with the kid that they didn't have brain time screen time. Some people may argue that you are okay if you allow your kid to play with their peers in game online games because this pandemic time they cannot go out. But in the article, Parenthood Children in the Age of Screens by Peace Research Center shows that 71% of the American parents that have children under the age of 12 are very concerned about too much time in front of the screen of the children, and also because they are working and doing so many activities that they cannot control their children in their use of the screen time. Some people argue in this article called Screen Time is Good for You. 35,000 American children and caregivers reported in a survey that kids who are exposed in social media have better social and emotional skill than kids who don't. In another article called How Screen Time Can Slow Your Child Development states that children with too much screen time may lose the ability to understand the emotion of others. This can lead to a child having fewer friends and lower self-esteem. Also, it shows that these kids will show emotional and family issues. The government should create a law where they will check how parents are allowing kids to use these devices, and they should prohibit the use of devices to kids under 5 years old. Also, they could create a program where this program is controlling what is the content that is shown to this kid according the age, and will shut down if something is not according the age of the kid or educational. We talked about technology addiction, effects of exposure of screen time, and opposition, what the opposition says about it, and what the government should do. Next time, when you are close to somebody that is having this trouble, you know how to react and you can do something about it. Exploding this kid talent and waking up their talent with doing so many things in creative activities and avoiding the use of screen time because you know it can be harmful for them. Thank you so much.